On our last upload of Unsolved True Crime, Kit went missing. Lori Sue Nelson was the last person to see Kit before they disappeared. Many in the family believe that Lori Sue is responsible for Kit's disappearance. The family needs your help. Where is Kit Mora? Are they still alive? Did Lori Sue Nelson have anything to do with their disappearance? This is Unsolved True Crime.
Josh Fink's name came up quite a bit in our research.
I honestly don't think that he had anything to do with it. Like, I know Josh personally, but it just depends. Like, if he was really down and out and needed some drugs and she had it, I'm sure he would jump if she said to jump, because that's how he was with her.
Jessica is a current resident of the apartments where Lori Sue and Kit lived. This is where Kit lived before they went missing.
Kenneth, Lori Sue's boyfriend, the youngest father's dad, or the youngest child's father, that he was cleaning up blood on the floor and she was screaming and hitting him, saying that she had ran away. And like he came straight from their house to our house and told us that. And I was like, well, that's weird, you know. I'm also close friends with their neighbor in 29, and he came over in like late April, and they constantly fight. Lori Sue and Kenneth, you know, knock down, drag out fights, you know, bad, that the whole neighborhood could hear. But he came over and he was like, it sounded like somebody's being murdered over there, like blood-curdling screams, you know. He was like, this is different. He's like, it sounds, you know, way different than any normal fight that she has, you know. And I was like, well, that's weird. And then, you know, later, everything came out about about Kit being gone, and I was like, oh my God, I wonder if that's what was going on, you know?
Charlotte would share witness testimony from Lori Sue's neighbors.
They told me that they heard Kit and Lori fighting, and Lori was calling Kit like all these different names, calling her a whore and all these things. And then they heard Kit yell back, and they heard something tumble down the stairs, and they never heard Kit over in that apartment or saw Kit leave the apartment again. Apparently Josh Fink was frequently at the apartment at that point in time and was helping Lori fairly often.
Lori Sue Nelson's ex-boyfriend Leroy would also talk to us about Josh Fink, as well as his experience with Lori Sue Nelson.
I know Lori Sue as a person. I had a couple kids with her. And I know she's done some crazy shit, and she's told me about shit she's done. You know, she told me about her beating her ex-o man over the head with a club or bat or something, you know, and then taking him out somewhere and saying that he got jumped, told him that he got jumped, you know. So I don't know if that was a true story that she told me. You know, I just took it as I knew how she was. You know, she's come at me with knives, throwing things at me, tried to hit me with baseball bats, shot me in the nose with a pellet gun one time, still got the BB in my face. And so these stories came out, and they told me that Josh helped Lori Sue get rid of the bodies. Well, this other girl, the one that told me, said that when they would drive by to where the girl supposedly was buried at, he would start talking about her. He said, she's lonely, somebody needs to find her, or something like that, of that sort, you know. And he was saying this to the people that were in the car every time they drive by. And that's in between the Spelem and Omak, Washington. And I guess, well, since then I tried to find out what was going on. The girl that stayed with Lori Sue that summertime told me that Lori Sue was acting crazy, that she kept the babies upstairs, locked upstairs, that she never let nobody go upstairs or go into this one particular room. She said that when Lori Sue left one day, she walked upstairs and went into the bedroom, and one of the closets was taped off and sealed off completely, but it stunk like nothing she have ever smelled before. And I said, you don't know what it was? She's like, no, I know. I never smelled it before, but it was bad. Well, I guess like a couple days after that is when they had gotten whatever was in that closet out, because the closet was open after that. And after that, like a few days after that, is when Lori Sue came up missing, and that's when she relocated to Indiana.
Lori Sue Nelson claims Kit ran away to be with a girlfriend.
We found Lori Sue's number by, like, I think it was either on White Pages. I looked at, like, all these different, like, you know, things to, like, look up numbers and stuff. And so I literally called every single phone number that was listed that could have possibly been Lori Sue's. And finally, we found the right one. And so we were like, hey, here's the number. If you want to contact her. And the reporter did contact her. And at first, she was being fairly, like, you know, compliant, being like, you know what, yeah, this is what's going on, and this is what happened. She ran away. Am I looking for her? Not really. She's almost 18. She ran away with her girlfriend. She said that she ran away with her girlfriend to Yakima to be with her family. And we're sitting here like, okay, well, we're her family, so
Yeah.
where the hell's Kit? And
Did Kit have a girlfriend that you guys knew?
Kit's asexual
Okay.
and aromantic, so no.
Charlotte would reach out to tribal police for more help finding Kit.
Tribal police has been doing their best to kind of help and assist because tribal does want to do something. When we went to OMAC, we did speak to tribal police. We ended up meeting up with our friend at a park, and it just so happened that the park had something going on there for Halloween.
Okay.
And the tribal police had a little booth, so we went up and we talked to them. We're like, hey, like, we haven't heard back from you guys. Like, what's going on? And they're like, so we're trying. Like, we all know about the case. Their case is posted all over the police department.
Yeah.
There's just really not a whole lot we can do because, so technically, OMAC PD has the case. It's their case.
Yeah.
Which we were also confused about because we were like, who even has jurisdiction here? Like, who are we supposed to be reporting?
And that's the thing. That's why I brought that up, because a lot of the times, if it's not on reservation land, tribal police won't do anything. And if it is, the regular cops won't do anything because of that whole jurisdiction.
Right.
And then at the same time, regular police and tribal police always want to argue with each other on who the hell is going to take over this and do something. And so that's where I was like, yeah.
We're in the middle of it because, so technically, if there was a crime committed, which we believe there was, it did happen on tribal land. However, because Lori Sue has left tribal land, then you have to bring in OMAC PD and then Okanagan County sheriffs.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, so it's all this back and forth between all three agencies, but OMAC PD does have the case.
Okay.
And Tribal's doing their best. Tribal has been trying to, they keep telling us they're going to go investigate a tip that I got about an address somewhere else. But, you know, I don't really know. I don't know what's going on. I'm still kind of confused by the whole police situation.
A bloody mattress was found outside Lori Sue Nelson's apartment after Lori fled.
There have been people that have gone to Lori's apartments. I'm sure that's how they find out that she fled or whatever. But there have been stuff that the cops have gone through, people have seen, shared, whatever. So as hard as it is, we need to talk about that.
Right. So we had gotten a message to the Finding Kit page that there was a mattress with blood all over it, found right outside Lori's apartment after she had fled. It was stated there was blood inside the apartment too. I can't confirm that. I can't deny that because I don't know. Nobody was allowed in the apartment when I had my friend go and check it out. But she did see with her own eyes the bloody mattress. It was completely soaked. It was like, you could see it on the side, like, of the pillow top. You could see it on the side of the pillow top because they were kind of like leaned over, so you couldn't see the very top of the mattress, but you could see the bottom and the side. The side, it had dripped down the side, soaked onto the bottom through the pillow top of the mattress. And basically the apartment manager, whoever was clearing out the apartment, they had ripped out the kitchen floor for, we don't know why, because I know that's not standard apartment cleanup. They were cleaning it out. My friend had told them, you need to stop because, you know, this could be a crime scene.
Yeah.
I have pictures of the mattress. I have pictures of a dresser where it appears that there is blood at the bottom of a dresser, like just like a couple little drops. But we did get confirmation the day of the vigil from the OMAC police chief
Mm-hmm.
that they did have the mattress. So they have the mattress.
Okay.
They've sent off polls to find out whose blood, what kind of blood, is it even human? And he did say, though, that the top, like the actual top of the mattress, was so clean it was suspicious, especially with what was on the side.
Charlotte and others would gather for a vigil to remember Kit and spread the word about their disappearance.
The reason that I wanted to hold a vigil was because I was like, okay, how do you get the community together? How do you get people to come together and think of a serious situation? How do you get people to come through and like remember? How do you get people to, how do you draw attention when nobody's listening? You know, granted, don't get me wrong, the OMAC community, amazing. They're listening, they care, they want to be there. And I love that. I'm so appreciative for that. But we wanted to have people there because, you know, what if Kit was an OMAC? What if Kit's there? What if, you know, then if they happened to be in the area that we did the vigil and they saw that and they saw their face, you know, on our car, they saw, you know, me, Malia, my mom, Francisco, Megan, Margaret, everybody, you know, just being there and like gathering, like trying to be like, where the hell are you? You know? We updated people that showed up. We updated them on what we knew and what was going on. We had some snacks and stuff. So it wasn't like necessarily like I use vigil very like loosely. It was just, you know, like a get together to kind of like keep people updated and remember and love and just show that like, you know, Kit has an army behind them. Well, the chief of police, Chief OMAC police, ended up being there, and we walked over to him. We were kind of asking him like, hey, like what's going on? Do you recognize like this case? Like, is this something that you've seen? And he literally looked at us, and I swear I've never felt such disrespect in my life, because he's like, I don't appreciate you hijacking this event. And we're like, whoa, wait, hey, we came here and like we didn't know this was going on. We're, you know, and thank God for Megan, because I had to walk away. I could not stand there and just listen to that. Like, Megan was so good. She's like, whoa, no, you're a public servant. Like, this is your job. I have a missing child and I want to know what's being done. And that's when he finally like kind of took a step back and calmed down and was like, well, this is what we're doing, you know, trying to act all nice. But it was like the initial disrespect. It was like, really, I get it. But we weren't like around the children that were playing and stuff. We were out of the way. We weren't causing a scene. We were just asking questions.
Witnesses claim that police brought in canine units to investigate Lori's apartment.
So they came here and there was like a bunch, like the whole side street was blocked off with a bunch of cops, and they have the dogs and they took them first to the house. And then, because Lori Sue had put a bunch of the stuff that she left behind outside for people to take and stuff. And so some of the neighbors had taken things that she had left out. And so the dogs came to like to each apartment area that had all her extra stuff, and they smelled it and rolled out carpets and stuff. But as far as them two alerting on anything, they didn't. But there was such an excessive amount of bleach done in the house that they said that it obviously looked like something was trying to be cleaned up, because there was so much bleach used.
I talked to another friend, and they told me that he lives right next door to Lori Sue, and he said, man, there's some crazy stuff going on over here. You know, there's got maintenance men over here at 11 o'clock at night, you know, close to midnight, doing work on her house, tearing out a carpet and painting the walls. I'm like, what? And, you know, just all kinds of different stuff.
And I said, did Lori just pack up and leave? Did she give you notice? And she said, yeah, she told me she was leaving. And she says, who are you? And I said, I'm Esmeralda's grandmother, Kit's grandmother. She didn't know her as Kit. Lori always referred to her as Esmeralda to the landlord. So she said, you're who are you? And I go, I'm Lori Sue's mother. And she looked at me and she goes, oh, well, no, she gave me notice, and I said, she goes, but she did go, like she went, but she told me she was leaving. I just happened to look beside me, and there was the mattresses right beside this. You come out the sliding door there in Omak at those East Side apartments there by the Stampede grounds, and the mattresses were laying right in between that little shed and the side of the house, right beside on the other side of the sliding doors there where the wall is. And they were sitting there, and I looked, and I could see something red, you know. And then I looked at her and I said, I'm going to go take pictures of these mattresses. And I said, did you see any blood? Did you see anything? I said, do you know you could be destroying evidence?
So in the beginning of everything, we kind of found a mattress that appeared to have blood on it, and police picked it up, and they held it for, God, I don't even know how long. I know that they've tested it, and they've given us a result, but we can't really disclose that right now, because they said that it's still an ongoing investigation.
Did Lori have anything to do with Kit going missing? Could she have killed Kit?
If you have any information on Kit Mora, you're asked to call Omak County Police Department or reach out to the Finding Kit Facebook page. Links will be in the comments section below. Please help us find Kit Mora.
This story is far from over, and we will be continuing the series until Kit Mara is found and has justice.
We want to thank Kermita Thompson for her work on Kit Mora's case.